Why do we want to go to Mars? It's uninhabitable.
It's very inhospitable, that's true.
It is. Like, you have to be in like domes and everything, and you're just breathing.
Initially
Initially?
domes. Yes.
Really? How long before we could turn Mars into some place where we could live?
It is a fixer-upper of a planet. At first you're going to have to live in transparent domes, but eventually...
Yes, we're going to be huffing each other's stank.
Yeah, but eventually you can transform Mars into an Earth-like planet.
How would you do that?
You'd warm it up.
Humanity decades ago until now had been looking for another home to inhabit. Well, after deteriorating Earth in the most worst of ways, finally the human race plans to settle on another planet, and obviously Mars is going to be the first. But now the problem is how? When we look at Mars, it's nothing but a red giant, all empty with no life. The challenges possessed by the Martian surface are staggering. The level of danger is quite terrifying. But the good news is that it's still not over. The technology that we humans today have equally holds the capability to challenge the exhaustive Martian conditions. And if we could make this as our common goal, then accomplishing it would rather become quite easy. While going into the solutions of colonizing Mars, let's first have a closer look at what Mars actually looks like. Mars is an exceptionally deadly planet to human beings. Like, there's nothing hospitable to human beings, and that's going to be the first big problem we need to solve. The biggest obstacle on Mars is its very thin atmosphere. The pressure of Mars is only 1% of what we have on Earth. That means humans won't survive out of a pressurized environment. Secondly, liquid water is physically impossible on the Martian surface, and having the average temperature of -60 degrees, it means the water exists there in large quantity, but in the frozen state that is quite unusable for human beings. Thirdly, Martian gravity is about 38% of what we have here on Earth. Since Mars has less mass than Earth, so if you weigh 100 pounds on Earth, you would weigh only 38 pounds on Mars. And above all, the radiation that an astronaut will have to face in the spacecraft and on the Mars will be quite devastating. While Earth has its magnetic field that protects us from hazardous radiation, Mars is surely an exception and does not have any magnetic field to protect humans, and sorry to say, that's another major problem. And what about the cost of colonizing Mars? The heavy engineering machinery, the robotics, the spacecrafts, and all other necessities that will really cost lots of billions of dollars. And yet, there are other problems as well, and if we were to narrate those, would take so long to get to their solution. Solutions are undoubtedly challenging to achieve but never impossible. So let's get into the solutions. NASA, to solve the puzzle of zero oxygen on Mars, has conducted the experiment MOSI, the Mars Oxygen In Situ Resource Utilization Experiment with Perseverance rover. In the following experiment, carbon dioxide is sucked from Martian atmosphere and heats it to temperatures around 800 degrees centigrade, allowing it to strip oxygen atoms. Well, talking about taking the water in the rockets from Earth to Mars seems impractical. So only thing left is to utilize the water that already is available on the Martian surface. And good news is that there is plenty of water there, but in the form of ice, and to make their water usable to humans, we will invariably need today's human technology and engineering. And above all, how are we going to cope Mars' extreme low gravity? Well, undoubtedly, that's really an unsolved puzzle. As humans find it so difficult on the ISS, the International Space Station, how would they ever be living on Mars' extreme gravity? On the other hand, Elon Musk's plan of sending cargo ships and even humans by the year 2022 has still not been executed. However, the strategy of Elon Musk to send humans to Mars has been made further to year 2029. I will not include just researchers and scientists, but the regular humans as well. And by 2050, according to Elon Musk, there will be a full-fledged city living, flourishing and thriving on the Martian surface. Now, will there be problems we discussed earlier? Not at all. Mars will eventually turn Earth-like and will bear life, according to Elon Musk. Well, what do you guys think about the colonization of Mars? Will even ever step on this planet, which is quite close to Earth, and will live as they do on Earth? Well, that's a big question for you guys. Thank you for watching this video. Hope you give a like and a subscribe.